Let's split. There's a little gas station on down the road that might be fun to hit. So they drove up to the station and they both jumped off of Jake's ride. They were up to derision at Jake's decision as they both saw to the inside. The attendant, he was an old man, and you know he didn't think it very funny. When Petula pulled out that great big gun, said, "Honey, give me all your money." Well, the old man opened up the cash drawer and Jake grabbed the money and ran. With Petula out the door to the big chop collar that was parked on the center kickstand. Then they headed out for the 4-lane, and they thought it was lots of fun. With Jake on his hog, with Petula the dog, with the automatic 45 gun. Jake, he thought it was the best there was, 'cause down the interstate he saw. Till the day he tangled with the county sheriff, who they all call 104.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, and again, check out our website at nightdreamstalkradio.com. We cover everything from Earth, changes, the paranormal news, science news, and you can find out who our guest is coming up. We try to keep the website up to date. And one thing we're doing more than a lot of shows are doing, we're covering the ufology more than a lot of shows. And the reason why is because you want to hear it. And also a big shout out to all my friends out there, the truckers, who has made our show grow from just a few listeners. I remember back, after I came out of retirement and got back into broadcasting, I had 15 listeners. Now we're near 1 million listeners. Big change in like 2.5 years' time. A lot of work has been done to do that. But anyway, getting back with Ray and Victoria, I don't know. I don't want to sound bad here, like a bad person. I have mixed feelings on this because I've interviewed so many people that when they've been, contacted, they've been given, distinct messages. And so far, I haven't heard anything other than what you've said. And Ray, I don't want to slam your book because I read the book, your first book, and love it. I haven't read this book because I haven't had a copy of it, but I have mixed feelings. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie.
Well, her grandson has been given a message.
Well, then I want to hear it. What is the message? What's it pertain to? Is it to help mankind? Is it something that she needs to share, that her grandson is the message?
Victoria, do you want to provide the quote? Can you recall it? Did we lose Victoria? Okay. Well, something has happened to Victoria. I'm not sure what. But basically, her grandson told her that he was put on Earth to teach people how to love one another. And this was coming from somebody who I think at the time was like 5 years old. And so that was an incredible statement for a young child to make. There also is in the Victoria's Secret Truth, you'll find out other quotes from the grandson, which are specific to events that happened to himself by himself, or when he tells Victoria, Grandma, we were out on a spaceship last night, and he goes on to describe what you've heard before about a spaceship filled with people, and everyone's laying on a bed. All the humans are on a bed, and they're being inspected by aliens. And his recollection is that he thinks that they were on a hospital ship, and he tells Victoria that they were there to heal the people. And really, he's really describing something that's been described many times before, a bay full of human beings on silver tables, metallic tables being examined.
Yeah, but but maybe that is a screenshot memory too, because I will say this, I've heard it from a lot of people that, they claim they've been on board a UFO. And like Terry Lovelace, for example, when he was abducted, taken aboard the UFO, he saw people on tables. He saw people standing naked, holding their clothes in their arms. He heard women screaming in pain. Again, I don't know. It's just a lot of things. We don't know. That's the whole problem. But I think if they were here to help us, honestly, Ray, they would do something. They would more than say, "Hey, we need to love. We do need to love everybody. We need to love everybody." It's not like Leave It to Beaver days anymore. Society has gotten darn right scary. But according to the FBI, there's 50 to 60,000 people in the United States are missing every year. They don't say it's from being murdered. It's not from crime. They're just vanishing. The same thing is happening in Canada, in the UK, in France, and Germany. I've done a lot of research. I've seen these pictures of, mutilations, human and cattle. So I don't know what is going on. That is what we're trying to find out on this show. Now, the thing is, and I don't want to sound bad, we hear a lot of what she said, but I haven't heard anything compelling yet. Now, I will give you 10 minutes. If whatever you want to say for the next 10 minutes, I'll keep my mouth shut. Tell us. I want to know. The listeners want to know. I got well over 100 emails in the last 20 minutes. People wanting some content here. Give us something.
We'll do that. Victoria tends to concentrate on one aspect of her experiences, and there's some that are probably a lot more painful than others. So here's a spoiler alert. I will tell you what my conclusion is that I put forth in my lectures, and obviously I put forth this opinion in the book. I believe that Victoria is an unwilling participant in what is known as close encounters of the seventh kind. And in her regressions, Victoria is heard to be saying that they're taking her eggs, they're removing her eggs. And so she's very aware of that aspect, that her eggs have been removed. And then she says things like, I'm okay with it. They say they need to do it. There's a purpose for it. And I'm okay because it's really not that painful. And then if you're very familiar with the documentation out there, there are many, many documented cases where women claim that once the egg is fertilized, the embryo is reimplanted, and that it is gestated within the woman for 30 to maybe 90 days. And then the visitors come back and they remove the fetus, and then the fetus is brought to term somewhere not in the woman. And this is not a story that I've uncovered, but again, if you read the writings of the Hopkins, the Max, the Jacobs, all of those people involved in this, Yvonne Smith, Barbara Lamb, Dr. Leo Sprinkle, they've documented this. So in her regressions, Victoria says things like, they're putting something into me. Now, again, when she reveals that they're taking her eggs, the conversation is very different. The word she uses is very different. And then when she gets to the point about they're putting something into me, and she describes, the utensil they're using, the conversation, when you decode it, you can very easily say, what I'm thinking is happening is they're reinserting this embryo, and then when they're removing something, and she describes this object, the object actually looks like one that I found in a medical article that resembles something that would be used during an abortion when you're removing a non-full-term fetus. So if I try to connect the dots and I read the conversation, it appears to me as if she has also been used as an incubator. Now, she denies this. She said she has no conscious memory of this. But again, I've put enough of the regression transcripts in the book that I think the reader is going to be able to come to the same conclusions.
That sounds like it, Ray.
Yeah.
It sounds like it, because I've interviewed people, the same thing, where they had their eggs removed. I had guests where their sperm was removed. But again, but these people, some of them have love for what's going on with the aliens. But you know what? If I sat there and abducted Victoria, or I abducted you and removed sperm without your permission, right? I would go to prison. Okay? I mean, that is it tells me whatever they're doing, they're not thinking about us. They're not caring about what they think about of a human life. They're doing whatever they're doing for their own self, for their own objective.
I've never taken the position that they're benevolent. I've never said that. I've only looked at the clinical, photographic, medical, narrative evidence, and my conclusion is she's an unwilling participant in an alien breeding program.
That's the scary part. And a lot of these people I've interviewed, Ray, I hate to say it, they're not I think they are brainwashed in a way, because they're not given, put it this way, their memories are erased. They only let them have the memories they want them to have. And that's the scary part. Now, where can they find your book?
That is a problem. Up until about 2 days ago, they could have found it on Amazon. And all I can tell you is that I unpublished the book temporarily while I go back and do some very, very microscopic fact checking. So there may be just a minor issue, but I didn't want to propagate something that was not 1,000% accurate. And again, it's not going to change the conclusions. So the sales are temporarily suspended, but I'm hoping within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the issue will be resolved, and the book will be republished and it'll be reavailable on Amazon.
Well, when that happens, will you contact me by email? Give me the link. I'll put it up on the website where people can, click on the link and go to it and order it. Because, again, your other book, I read it. I loved it. It's sitting right in front of me, matter of fact. So, I think what you do is needed, okay? I just have mixed feelings tonight. I'll be honest with you. But our time Our time is up. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. And Victoria, I appreciate you coming on, because I know it's hard to talk about things like this. It really is. And I admire both of you guys a lot. I really do.
Thanks for having us on, and I look forward to talking to you again in the future. And as soon as I republish that book, you'll be the second one to know.
Okay, and I will put it up on the website. And you have a great week that's coming up, and better yet, a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for having us.
Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye.
So anyway, James.
Yeah.
Okay, so you disconnected your other line?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I better disconnect.
But anyway, we heard Victoria's secret here tonight, and we talked to her and Ray. I didn't want to come off as a bad person. I didn't. That's not what I wanted to do. In no way did I want to come that way. But I was getting a lot of emails. I mean, enough where during the show, I was sitting here reading email after email after email, and my phone just was going crazy. People were messaging me right and left, asking questions. They wanted a little bit more content than what we were getting, and I just feel we weren't getting the content we needed. But overall, I believe something has happened to Victoria. I believe that maybe she has been abducted. If eggs were removed from her and all this stuff, all I'm saying is done, well, where they're doing it where they don't care